Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now, do not be alarmed, a giant lobster hasn't taken over the channel. I am just a little bit sunburnt. Second of all, I'm quite nervous that there's a big spider above me and it's going to drop onto my head any second because there is a small possibility of that happening. So I'm hot and I'm nervous, hence why my face is in the state it's in. Anyway, moving on to today's video, and this is an Asus Vivo book that I picked up off the Facebook Marketplace for £300, but of course there is a catch. Now this machine was listed as faulty and not working, so I decided to buy it anyway, and considering the price, retail for one of these is £500 to £600, I thought if we could get it fixed, then well we'd be in for some nice profit when we come to resell it. However, this video didn't quite go as expected, hence it is shorter than some of my other videos, and I tend to put a lot of those out lately because a few things haven't quite gone as expected. Usually, or in the past when things haven't gone right, I've just sort of disregarded the video and thought nah, but this time I thought why not document my mistakes and easy fixes as well, because you never know when they might help somebody out. So this machine was listed as not working because it wouldn't switch on. Even with the charger plugged in, this thing wouldn't switch on. So I bought it, brought it home, and sure enough, when I tried to switch it on, it wouldn't work. And even after leaving it plugged in for a good hour or two, the thing still didn't turn on. There was absolutely no response from this system. Before disassembling it though, I did think back to a time when I fixed a different laptop by simply replacing the charger, and I thought why not give this a go. So I jumped onto eBay, found a replacement, an official replacement, and sure enough, when it arrived I plugged it into the machine, and at first there was no response, but after waiting 15 to 20 minutes and trying the power button again, this thing booted into life. So obviously the battery was completely dead and it hadn't been switched on for some time. Now, I got back to the seller and I said, you do know that this laptop isn't faulty at all, it's the charger. And they just said I could keep it because, you know, it was sold. As far as they were concerned, they had already made money on it. They bought it from someone who took it in as a part exchange because they wanted to put the money towards another laptop who they were buying from the same seller. So to them, they'd already made their money, and that was the end of the story. I then thought, well, we might as well test this thing out with a few games because it's got a Ryzen 7 4700U, and I thought I'd mention a few things that really annoy me about modern laptops as well. The first being that this thing comes with single channel memory. Now, single channel DDR4 for these Ryzen laptops absolutely cripples the performance. There is a slot for another DDR4 module. The sole 8GB module is actually soldered onto the board. It is 3200 megahertz memory, so you know it's okay. If we do jump into a couple of games now, however, then you can see that despite the powerful 8-core chip and the somewhat respectable onboard Radeon graphics, we are suffering when it comes to the performance because of the single channel memory. And this also hinders the performance in tasks like video editing. Premiere Pro runs quite sluggishly with the single stick of DDR4, whereas it should be expected to run quite quickly, and it would do so if we just had another RAM module in here. I've also noticed that on this particular model, this Vivo book, the screen is quite dim, it's quite horrible and washed out. So if you are thinking about buying one of these, just bear that in mind, and know that unless you are using it with maximum brightness all of the time, you are going to have quite a bit of trouble actually seeing what's on screen. And yeah, for the retail price of £500 to £600 brand new, that is a bit disappointing. So as I said then, this video has been shorter than normal because the fix was a lot easier than it should have been. I was expecting to, I don't know, perhaps totally clean up the laptop, maybe take it apart and remove some dust that was maybe causing some problems. I really didn't know what to expect, but yeah, I want to repair a few more laptops and PCs here on this channel because I think it could be quite fun. I'm going to start doing it with desktops as well. I've got a HP desktop coming very soon that has a few problems, and hopefully that video will contain a bit more substance because the fixes won't be as easy or as straightforward, but who knows. It's a shame that the seller didn't have a spare charger to test it with, really, isn't it? Because they would have found out that was at fault. It is unusual. This is quite a new machine, so it is unusual that a charger would go bad like that, but I don't know. Maybe someone got water in it or on it or something. I'm not really sure what would cause a charger to stop working, but there we go. £10 for a replacement official charger, and with £310 spent, we've managed to save about £250 on the recommended retail price. So not bad, I'd say, for this video. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. If you enjoyed this, leave a like on it down below. Leave a dislike if you didn't. If you've got any laptops that don't work at home, try replacing the charger first before you take it apart, because you never know. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you want to and you haven't done so already, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.